Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Cohen,
And I'm Reece Snyder.
and today we'll be presenting the 360 project on EmployBridge, which is one of the most influential staffing and workforce solutions firms in the United States. This project is the culmination of what we've been learning all semester, linking theory, structure, culture, and motivation. And I had the opportunity to reinforce my research by having an interview with Wendy Cohen, who is a senior vice president of operations at EmployBridge. She provided unique insights into how company actually works on the inside beyond what you see in press releases or the websites. Today, I will walk you through EmployBridge's organizational structure, motivation and retention strategies, cultural identity and challenges, data-backed analysis, and three key recommendations supported by theory and practice. Why did I choose EmployBridge? I chose EmployBridge because of its unique positioning in the labor market, with over 400,000 temporary workers placed every year and more than 400 local branches. It touches nearly every sector of the industrial economy. Yet, despite its size and reach, EmployBridge is still in a moment of transformation. Like many staffing firms, it's facing issues related to workers' motivation and turnover, cultural fragmentation across locations, the challenge of adapting to digital transformation while still managing human-centric work. This made it a perfect organization to analyze using frameworks from our course. What is EmployBridge? EmployBridge is structured around multi-brand divisional model. Some of its major brands include ProLogistics, which focuses on logistical staffing, Resource MFG, which places workers in manufacturing jobs, Select and Remedy, and several other regional staffing services. Each of these brands operate with some autonomy, which allows them to specialize. This is a textbook example of divisional structure, which offers industry-specific knowledge and responsiveness to local markets. But this also creates what Wendy Cohen referred to as the natural drift between teams. What she told me was the beauty of having multiple brands is flexibility, but the challenge is that sometimes it feels like 20 different companies are trying to move in the same direction. That gap is exactly where structural challenges emerge and why integration matters. Employee Bridge's core workforce is made up of temporary associates, people who often work week to week or month to month, jobs with minimal benefit or connection to the company. This leads to higher turnover, in some locations over 200% annually. Using Herzberg's two-factor theory, I analyzed how motivation breaks down in this environment. Hygiene factors like pay, safety, and job security are barely maintained. Motivations, recognition, growth, and purpose are mostly absent or inconsistently delivered. One temporary associate in Louisiana told Wendy that he worked 4 assignments in 6 months and never met with the same recruiter twice. That sense of being disposable leads to detachment and underperformance. I know I would be detached too. Despite those challenges, EmployBridge is actually working to improve retention. One of its most notable programs is Better Work-Life Academy, which offers free online courses and safety certification, forklift operation, resume building, and leadership skills. This directly supports self-determination theory, which says motivation improves when people feel autonomy, making choices about their development, competency, gaining confidence in new skills. Wendy shared this in our conversation. We didn't create the academy to tick a box. We built it because we were tired of losing good people who never felt like anybody respected them. This is about showing workers they're more than just a number in our company. And according to internal HR data she referred to, participants in Work Life Academy are 30% more likely to complete an assignment than non-participants. That's a measurable return on investment for cultural focus motivation.
So let's talk culture. On paper, Employ Bridge promotes values like integrity, performance, and people first thinking. But what culture looks like on the ground varies greatly between locations. Using the competing values framework, Employ Bridge culture is balanced as two poles: market culture, which is competitive, KPI driven, focused on results, versus clan culture, collaborative, people centered, and relationship based. In theory, a blend is ideal. In practice, many locations skew hard towards market culture, especially when recruiters are judged primarily on placements and fill rates. Wendy acknowledged this tension during our call. She said, "Some offices are amazing. They celebrate weekend birthdays, call every associate by name, and check in weekly. Others are buried in metrics and just trying to survive. Our goal is to bridge that gap." This culture inconsistency makes it difficult to sustain organizational identity, and it affects everything from employee engagement to recruiter burnout. Next slide. But here's where it all comes together. Employ Bridge has a clear strategy: modernize staffing with digital tools, improve retention through upskilling, and expanding its client base and geographic footprint. But the execution, particularly at the local level, isn't always aligned. Using the McKinsey 7S framework, we see that strategy, structure, and systems are clearly laid out, but shared values, skills, and style are often inconsistent. As Wendy put it, you can write the perfect strategy in a boardroom, but if a recruiter in Tulsa is exhausted and a forklift operator in Birmingham hasn't heard from us in 2 weeks, the strategy dies right there. That's why alignment isn't just a theory, it's a survival tool. Next slide. In building this project, we combined both primary. Oh, wait. Oh, wrong slide. Okay. So here are just some recommendations, 3 steps to close the gap. Number 1 would be launch a national culture integration program using Kotter's 8-step chain model. Create a cross-brand initiative where recruiters and associates share success stories, co-create onboarding rituals, standardize expectations for culture building at every branch. Number 2 would be expand the Better Work Life Academy with clear pathways. Link training to advancement. If a temp completes 3 certifications, let them qualify for premium assignments or referral bonuses. Use vroom expectancy theory. Effort must lead to meaningful and visible outcomes. Or number 3, introduce a mobile engagement app across brands where workers can check assignments, give weekly feedback, and earn points for showing up on time or completing training. This closes the feedback loop and makes people feel more heard. Wendy told me they've been piloting something similar in Texas, and the early feedback is promising. Workers like seeing schedules, points, and goals all in one place, just like an app for the gym or the bank. Next slide. So, conclusion, just to wrap things up, Employ Bridge is not just filling shifts. It's helping hundreds of thousands of people find income, stability, and growth. But without aligned systems, strong culture, and motivational infrastructure, even the best strategies are going to fall short. By investing in culture integration, skill-based advancement, and digital feedback, EmployBridge can become not just a staffing giant, but a people-first leader in the workforce economy. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to share our supplemental report and presentation slides if you're interested.
Thank you.
Thank you.